Hi guys, happy Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. And hello, Alice. Hi, baby girl. Yeah, spooky season is over and I am sad, but also grateful for you guys for making it extra special this year, for participating in our first annual Boo event. Now that that is behind us, I do have a couple quick announcements before we get into today's reading, just touching on a few things. We will be starting Secret Santa soon. If you guys are thinking you might want to participate, you don't necessarily have to pull the trigger, but can you guys drop in the comments that you are interested or plan to participate in Secret Santa, just so I can get an idea about how many of you plan to participate, so I know how much time I have to kind of get it all organized. I know we still have about, 7 weeks roughly until Christmas, but I do want to put it on your radar so you guys have plenty of time to shop and get it shipped and nobody's rushed. We gave it quite a bit of time for October and there was still people sending it out the last week of October, so I just want to make sure I give everyone more than enough time. So if you're thinking about participating with us, just let me know in the comments, and then when I have the official start date on that, I will let you guys know how to join and what information I need from you in order to consider you a part of the event. Okay, so I posted yesterday that some of you guys, this is funny. Okay, so I guess I'll just give you guys a little bit of context into why I did that poll yesterday, asking what you guys wanted to see in between the Charlie Kirk readings. And I did that because I got a handful of emails, and not just one, not just two, not just three. More than 3 of you went out of your way to email me and mention in some form or another that you guys are kind of getting tired of hearing about Charlie Kirk. I'm not calling out anybody specifically, so if that was you, just know I am not upset. I'm just saying I hear it, and you aren't the only ones who went out of your way to mention that you guys are sick of it. So while it is only a few, I do want to be mindful of everybody, especially if you feel strong enough to go out of your way and email me. I am just wondering how many of the collective here is also getting a little bit bored of the Charlie Kirk readings. Not so much bored of it, just wanting to see variety, I guess is the better way to put it. Rest assured, I will always do what I feel I'm called to do. Like I told you guys from the very beginning of this whole thing that happened with Charlie, I didn't even intend to go in this direction. I think somebody had commented on one of my community posts when I posted about Charlie if I was going to read, and I said, yeah, no way, like I'm not touching that, people are crazy. And then here I am 2 months into this, and I do feel like I am supposed to be reading on this only because of the crazy synchronicities that keep coming through and the things that Spirit is showing me. There's definitely a need still to work in that energy, but also I just always want to be mindful of you guys. And if you are part of the collective that is just wanting to see more variety, I want to take that into consideration. So I did the poll, but again, I don't feel any type of way about the people who emailed me. I'm glad that you guys feel comfortable enough here in this community as part of this hive to come to me with suggestions like that and what you guys are feeling and voicing your opinions in the way that you guys have. So I'm more grateful that you guys feel comfortable there, but also understand that I will always do what I feel Spirit is leading me to, but I am also always open to improving and letting you guys know that I hear you and I'm here for you guys. So yeah, that's why I did that, and I am always open to other suggestions. So if you guys have like cold cases or anything in the media that I may not be aware of at the moment that you think would be interesting to pull cards on, let me know. I do plan to do some different things in between these readings. However, today we are continuing on with the Charlie Kirk energy. My son just texted. That's so weird. So if you guys are new here and not aware, I take everything as a message, literally everything. And especially like text or phone calls that I get while I'm sitting at the table with this camera on with the intention to pull messages about certain situations. And my son just texted me just the craziest thing, like just so random, maybe not as crazy, but he, I guess, random fun fact Monday. He said, only 2 sworn officers of the blank police department have been killed on duty in the last 20 years. And then he sent me a screenshot that says total sworn officers, approximately 800 to 900. Line of duty deaths in the last 20 years, 2. What is that about? I wonder how that's relevant to the energy today. I just thought I'd share that with you guys in case something random does come out about that. That's weird. Okay, another update. I know it's getting long and I'm trying to cut down. Somebody also mentioned that some readers, when they do like these updates, they'll wait and do them at the end. But I mean, that's something I could consider, is doing a brief minute introduction and then saving all these other random updates for the end of the video. But I don't know, I feel like they get heard more at the beginning. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how that progresses, because I usually do long introductions. But if it is typically like a much longer introduction, I will add like a timestamp on when the video starts. But I also just want to say YouTube gives you guys great setting options. You guys can skip ahead every 10 seconds, just tap, tap, tap. If you guys are waiting to see cards, just keep tapping until you see cards start flying out of my hands. I mean, you guys are welcome to speed the video up, slow the video down. You guys are also welcome to skip the video entirely and unsubscribe, all those things. So just know I am open to your guys' feedback and I will take it to heart, but also with like little tedious stuff, remember, you guys have full control. It is your experience. It's your YouTube, your algorithm, your video. Speed it up, slow it down, skip, fast forward, reverse, all the things. All right, guys. Last update. The 9K giveaway winner did reach out to me. I did make contact with her and I offered her the option of a private reading or the tarot gift box, just because I want to make sure that you guys are winning something that you want. And she actually opted for the private reading, which I am honored, but also I would love for this Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck and gift box to find a new home. So what I am asking is, if you guys are tarot readers yourself, whether you have your own channel, you practice independently, or you're looking to get into tarot, wanting to learn tarot, if that is your niche and that's something that you practice and work with, I would love to do a new 9K giveaway of the actual tarot set. So if you guys are readers, just comment, hey, how long you've been reading tarot. If you're just starting, why you want to get started in tarot. If you have a favorite tarot deck, I would love to know what your favorite is if you are a seasoned reader. So yeah, the theme, if you want to be entered, I want to know a little bit about your tarot journey, your favorite deck, any of those. Make sure the word tarot is in this comment on this video, explaining a little bit about your background or introduction to tarot. I'm going to filter the word tarot into the YouTube comment picker. So one of you that has tarot in your comment is going to be entered to win the deck. So I will be watching and seeing who's interested in the deck, you know, making sure that this finds the home that it's supposed to be in. I get a lot of people are here just because of true crime and getting another perspective, and I love that. And I know not everyone will want a tarot deck, but if you do, tell me a little bit about your journey. So again, not just I want to win Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck. I want to know how long you've been reading. If you have a channel, you're welcome to plug your channel. Favorite decks, all the things. Okay, good luck to our Edgar Allan Poe tarot winner. I feel like there was something else. Oh, on the topic of tarot and beginners, I will say on Friday night on Halloween, I got to hang out on Solar Flows Live, and which was so awesome. I intended to just like take a bath, order pizza, hang out at home. I knew my son and his girlfriend were going to go out and do their thing for a couple hours before they came home, and we watched movies, and you know, so I did have a few hours where I was just going to be sitting here alone, handing out candy. And so I seen that Solar Flow was live. I jumped over there, had so much fun with her little community, And I highly recommend, if you guys don't already follow her, go follow and jump in the live. I see quite a few of you guys over there, so I love it. That means I get to hang out with you guys in the live, in the comments, responding in real time. So just know you guys can find me over there on Friday nights. When she goes live, I plan to be hanging out there more often because I don't go live here. So if you guys want to hang out, head over there. But in that live, she actually had an old Thoth tarot deck that was handed down to her by somebody who practiced for many years, and it was just so incredible. She had never ever read tarot before. She pulled this deck out with us. She pulled some cards. We were watching her kind of read intuitively and just feel into what she thought the cards meant, with zero background knowledge on tarot, not reading the book, just really like looking at the imagery, taking in the energy of the card. It was so fun to watch. So if you guys are interested, I think, you know, she may slowly be incorporating little bits of pulling cards on lives, or just if you guys want to watch her kind of develop her skill, if you're a newbie and trying to learn and want to watch someone who's being very open and learning in front of you guys, that's something you guys will want to go check out. She's really, really, really good and very intuitive. She reads the energy. I'm like, wow, I never thought of it that way. But, you know, it also helps because for somebody that has no previous tarot knowledge or doesn't know about, you know, like quote unquote, the negative cards, when she would get these cards that maybe would have a meaning that wasn't as positive, she was still reading it in the positive aspects. And I was like, oh, I love that. The ability to just look at it for the energy and actually pull in even the higher vibrations of cards that aren't as good. And that's so unique, because as tarot readers, we immediately see cards and we associate it with certain energies, and it's hard to break that trained, you know, that learned programming of what the cards mean. So interesting stuff going on over there. Highly recommend her channel. She is at about 4,000 subscribers right now, and I just know there's going to be a video that takes off for her, and she's going to be right behind me with 10K. Speaking of 10K, we are right on the edge of hitting our 10K milestone, and I am so excited, so grateful for you guys. I've actually been toying with the idea for 10K, and don't hold me to this, but it even like makes my hands sweat just thinking about saying this out loud. You guys, I'm thinking about doing a live Q&A for 10K. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't ever go live with you guys, and I don't want to like channel and be live, but if I'm just hanging out with you guys and answering questions, maybe pulling a card or two, and just hanging out with you guys, just to kind of like break that seal on just doing my first live, I think 10K would be probably the best time, if ever, to do it, to say thank you to you guys and also step out of my comfort zone. Oh gosh, I don't know. I bring that up because also in that live with Solar Flow, we were talking about collabing and doing a live together. And I think that would be super fun. I do want to first go live with you guys here and have my first be with this community who has literally helped me build this channel to the first 10,000. And then after we do that, if we do that, I don't know. If we do that, then my next live will be a collaboration over on Solar Flow's channel where we will go live together, and then I hope you guys will follow us over there. But yeah, so just things I'm toying with. Stay tuned, I suppose. We're gonna hit 10K really soon, guys, probably this week. So I'll really have to pray about that. I get extreme camera anxiety. Like, the thought of turning this camera around, putting it on my face, and going live on the internet, like, is probably up there in like my top 3 biggest fears. So that would be definitely a coming out of my comfort zone moment to just show gratitude for you guys for being here and supporting me on this journey. All right, guys, let's dive in. Erika Kirk. When I sat down, I've had this nagging feeling of wanting to look into Erika's childhood and seeing if she's just honestly a victim of her own upbringing and things she may have been exposed to, and people who have taken advantage of her and put her in positions, you know, like I guess the question I would have wanted to ask is like, who would Erika have been had she not been born into the family that she was, right? Like, I know that if there was anything going on with her childhood and the people who have used them for their own means to an end, I know that's part of her soul contract and why she's here and all of that, but I also wonder, like, how much of it she didn't really have a say in. I know that sounds weird. I just want to dig into her childhood and see where things went wrong for her, or if she was just born with a lower vibrational soul. But as I sat down today to kind of dig in to her childhood and what led her to the person that she is today, I pulled out the B Tarot. I haven't used this in a while, but I pulled it out, and as I was pre-shuffling in meditation earlier, I seen that this card was shuffled into this deck. And that happens. I mean, it's not very often, but sometimes as I'm picking up the cards and putting it away, it was like in here and it's smaller, so you can't really see it, but it was just kind of, you know, within the deck. So I pulled it out. It's the Eight of Pentacles. And this is like mastering your craft. Talks about work. And then I just felt as I was shuffling the other decks that the direction we're going to go today needs to be about her vision for Turning Point, where she's going to take it, because she's up to something, is what I was hearing in shuffling, is like she's up to something, she's planning something, she's either, I get, it's hard to put into words what you see energetically, but it's like there are things being planned for Turning Point, and she's in that phase where she's planning, things are moving, things are changing. I don't know whether this will be like a public announcement of like a public rebranding, or it's like her stepping into her role, but like she's gonna, I just feel like she's up to something. There's gonna be something that kind of marks the ending of an era, and like the Erika era of Turning Point, and there that comes with something. I don't know what that something is. It's like she's bringing something into existence. She's birthing a new I don't know why I'm seeing it in my head, like Turning Point is like changing clothes. As I'm just sitting here trying to like rack my brain and make it make sense, I'm seeing Erika like holding up different t-shirts and like holding it up to a mannequin and like looking at it, and then like no, okay, she whatever outfit Turning Point was wearing, she's looking at other options. She's in that phase where she's meeting with designers, getting samples of clothes sent to her house, and she's getting ready to change the mannequin's clothes. Guys, I don't know. I know you guys know, but still, like, I don't know what that's about. So let's just dive into the energy to see where Erika is taking Turning Point, what she's got up her sleeve, what she's up to, what that's going to look like in the near future. And yeah, we will start there. I think we're going to start with the Energy Oracle, and then I'll pull some tea leaves. Let's see. Interesting. We are starting out with financial constraints with a journey. This woman has her bags packed. We get that energy of them moving. I think that was probably like one of the bigger energies when I first started reading on this, was like moving, like the plan to like pack up, leave the house, move, change locations. There was a lot of Six of Swords energy talking about moving, relocating, something like that. And now we have financial constraints with that same like moving energy. And then happy family. Look at the 4 people on the card, the rainbow, the beach. Let's get one more. So the first chakra, Archangel Michael is here. I'm not going to take this card just because it is a chakra card. But the oracle here is action. It's like putting that plan into motion, get moving, moving the family. Action. I'm just going to glance at financial constraints and action. Restrictions concerning money. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with a little money but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money can be tight at this time, so rein in your spending. Be willing to live more conservatively. Maybe there's going to be like financial cuts happening. I know she said early on, like, you guys aren't going anywhere unless you want to, but I feel like that might not necessarily be true. Maybe they are doing layoffs or they're losing donors, or they're being audited, or the money's frozen. There's definitely things happening. Willingness to work. That's exactly this card. Putting in the work, mastering your craft. Like getting better through practice, like putting in the time and dedication to being better. The willingness to work. This card tells you that now is the time for more aggressive forward movement. The galloping horses represent intentional and concerted action directed at your goal. This card upright indicates that you are on the right track, but your determined efforts must increase. Increasing your efforts to bring in money. Your efforts must increase. The white horse is inner action of spirit and thought, and the black horse is outer work that still needs to be done. So continue taking action. In time, you'll break through and see the results you've been working so hard to create. These horses are also running away from this happy family, though, so... All right, Spirit, tell us more about Erika and the direction. She's taking turning point, this action here. Show us financial constraints with journey. puzzle, struggling to solve problems. Uh-oh. They're struggling with finances right now, even though it may not look like it. The key is here at the bottom, which is interesting because they say that the image in this card is an old safe. And then look here. I mean, I know there was like comments floating around that maybe the assets were frozen. So I wonder if that's causing problems. Struggling to solve problems. Oh, I think I said that was stuck, but it says stock. Stock. Lack of knowledge and clarity, confusion, mistakes, disconnections, and frustration. And look at this woman. Struggling to solve a problem with financial constraints and journey. Right, let's get one for happy family in action. Too many, but that said keep going. Keep going. Focus your intentions, navigate decisions with clear insight and purpose. Just giving me that contrasting energy again, like weeding out the light versus the dark. Horseshoe is at the bottom with that energy of luck. But look at the difference in the women here. One is much more at peace. She is making changes because they're struggling. She's trying to get here to this rainbow after the storm. The clarity, action to change. There's something changing. Temporary situation. It's giving me tabernacle vibes, that chief of the tabernacle. The tent, let's get one more. The tent and hammock, taking a vacation. Oh, physically or mentally? There's struggles over here. There's a journey. Bags are packed. This is talking about a vacation. And I was picking up the beach here to get clear of mind. Is she going to step, like kind of like Candace announced, stepping away? Is she going to announce taking a vacation? Like taking a temporary... Interesting. Taking a step back, clearing your mind. It looks like going to the beach. Literally, bags are packed. You're at the beach. You're temporarily taking this vacation to clear your mind because there's nothing you can do if your finances are frozen or there's something you can't figure out or you're gridlocked in some way. When there's nothing else you can do, the best thing you can do is clear your mind and prepare a plan of action. If you can't take action yet, it's a need to prepare for when you have the green light to do that. Or yeah, there's like this need to like have all your ducks in a row before you get the green light, before the gates open. I wonder if Erika is planning a trip somewhere, either locally or out of the country. Like a pilgrimage, like going on a vacation temporarily to like reconnect or have a spiritual journey, something like that. Spirit, tell us more about Erika and the direction she plans to take Turning Point in the near future. The High Priestess. Nine of Swords. The Fool. The Fool's Journey. Starting over. Definitely planning a trip. The Star. Like healing. If she is reading into the feedback that people are putting online about her not grieving correctly, what she's wearing, what she's doing, how she's hugging, how she's crying, how she's all of the things, right? If she's really taking that in, I feel like it's starting to weigh on her. Like I don't know how this energy yet translates into actually her plans for Turning Point, but what I'm seeing is this need to take a step back to quote unquote, I mean, and it could be true, it may not be, but it's like this idea to show the world that she's trying to heal. And it's like, okay, there might be like an announcement of like, I showed up for Charlie, I did the things I needed to do, and now that, you know, I fulfilled my duties and whatever events were coming up, interviews I had to do, appearances with the White House, all these things, she's like, okay, now I need to sit in my grief. Kind of like, I feel like she's going to try to probably mimic what Candace did. Like, all right, guys, I need to focus on me and my kids and my healing, and we're going to take a step back for a little bit of time. And you know, it feels like that type of energy where she's going to temporarily say, I need a few weeks, I need a couple months, I need something, because she's not looking too good in the media. Like the public is not viewing her actions in a positive light. And I feel like there's going to be a need to correct that in some way, to come in and acknowledge that she's had to be brave and strong to, you know, prove her ability to be a strong CEO for Turning Point, to carry on Charlie's legacy. Like she's going to spin it in this way that sounds really good, because I feel like whoever is going to help her with like PR is going to try to spin it around back into her favor about her trying to be strong and brave to get through things she needed to do, and then like taking a step back, going overseas, going on vacation, spending time by the water, going on a spiritual journey, taking some time to heal and reflect and like get out of the public eye for a while, they're going to pull her out. I mean, I'm sure she has things lined up for a while. I know she's like doing something with Megyn Kelly on 11/22, and then honestly, I don't even know what her schedule looks like, but there will be some sort of like PR stunt to pull her back out of the spotlight to focus on her family and healing. It's like damage control. That'll be interesting. It's also feeling like there's a change that like I was hearing in meditation, like she's up to something. There is something new that's going to be rolled out or implemented or changed in some way, and there's stress and anxiety about doing this because it is going to be new and it's going to happen quickly. Here we have the Queen of Wands on her throne. It's like fear and anxiety about pulling the trigger to roll out this new something, this change. And the change isn't slow, like it happens overnight. It's swift, fast, not necessarily impulsive, because I see there's planning here and anxiety around it, but it's going to feel very quick, like quick change for whoever this is affecting. Let's clarify. Clarify what's going on over here with the High Priestess and Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands. Yeah, stress about putting this message out or making this announcement. This is very interesting imagery, so I'm going to let you guys see it. Clarifying Nine of Swords with the Fool. Ten of Wands, look at the burdens. It's a message that's going to, I mean, just thinking about sending this message or posting this announcement or implementing this change is causing a lot of anxiety, and it's going to either cause burdens for the people it's affecting, or it's burdening the person who is being told they have to make this decision or this, whatever this is. Clarify the Fool with the Knight of Swords. Two of Cups. People are taking a bath in a cardboard box with towels on their head. Is that a cat in the background? Hello, you're so needy. It says fragile. This side up. Fragile. Two of Cups. Oh, you're gonna fall off. All right, and here Alice, she's kicking over the clear action energy over here. What are you looking at? What are you doing? So what did I do with, oh, Two of Cups, Ten of Wands. Five of Cups. Loss, sadness, or regret. And that is clarifying a decision, quick movement, coming from the Queen of Wands. The loss with the Two of Cups, the burdens. Queen of Wands with Three of Wands. That's forward progress with your plans. That is taking action on something you're planning. As much as it's going to burden someone, as much fear and anxiety is going into the actual announcement of this, it will go into effect. Clarify Queen of Wands with Three of Wands. What is this action? What is taking effect? The Lovers. Wait a second. Wait a second. It feels, I mean, I just don't see this happening, so I'm trying to figure out. I mean, the only thing we can do is clarify again to get clarity, but what I'm feeling, but it's not registering with like my logical side of my brain, is her like choosing to step down as CEO. She wouldn't though, like that doesn't make sense. Or bringing in somebody else. Like I know in rare situations they have like two CEOs of a company or two people. It's like a partnership or like a merging of businesses or stepping down. There's changes here, but it's like a decision to join. But then we see her like stepping away. It's just like the burdens are giving me like it's too much. But that doesn't sit right with me for who we know her to be. Well, I wouldn't say no, who we are reading that she is. Let's be clear, I don't know this woman and nothing I say here is facts. But it just looks like burdens and swift changes, and what is this? Okay, I mean, let's clarify again. Clarify Eight of Wands with Ten of Wands. Eight of Cups, walking away from something. Oh, you know, I almost said that with the Two of Cups also, and I didn't. That would be interesting. It's like cutting the energy in half. Like having to let go of half of the staff. Even here we have a black and a white horse. And then here, when I was seeing the two people with the burdens and then lost, this is like losing something. And this, there's 4 cups being thrown away, but 4 are being kept in the hand. So it's like a one-to-one 8 are going, 8 are staying. Like if that's... Clarify 10 of Wands with the 2 of Cups. 9 of Swords is back out here. 9 of Swords is here. So this 10 of Wands with the heavy burdens of the situation and the fears and anxieties, we're seeing that twice. This person is in their bed looking at a journal, writing in a journal. Look at that tornado down there. We had storm warning at the bottom of the energy oracle deck when I first started shuffling. It's like they're anticipating the tower, the storm. This person's holding a microphone, getting ready to make an announcement. Again, with this like fear of making an announcement. 2 of Cups with 5 of Cups. Is this announcing another loss? Remember I was saying somebody in there feels like they're toying with the idea of taking their own life due to some sort of betrayal. It's feeling like another announcement of loss within that group. It's just a side download. There's still other message here clearly, but show me 2 of Cups with 5 of Cups. 5 of Wands, arguments, disagreements. Possibly with a King of Wands. 5 of Cups with the Lovers. The Death. Again, with the card of loss and sadness is in the middle of the Lovers and the 2 of Cups, and then we have the Death card. So sadness, loss, death, and then a Lovers and a 2 of Cups. Arguments, disagreements, stress, anxiety, things changing, moving quickly, getting rid of people possibly. Then here it's like the announcement. Like there's black and white energy at turning point, and I think swapping something. They're swapping 4 for 4. They're swapping something out, swapping her out maybe, putting a King of Wands in temporarily or at some point. Because here we have the Queen of Cups with the 10 of Pentacles, which is the legacy, and like a swapping out. Swapping out the apple for the orange, the Queen of Cups for the King of Wands, and then the Devil with his hands on the gold. Putting the Devil in her place. Okay. Got 5 minutes. Let's see. How do we want to... Let's see. Let's pull out the sacred symbols. Can I get 3 sacred symbols for the energy on the table regarding Erika and the direction of turning point? Affluence. Wealth in all forms. Enjoying the fruits of your labor. Veiled. Something being purposely hidden from you. Using discernment, having caution. Be more protective of what you share. I knew fire was going to come out. So wealth, secrets, and fire. Affluent people wearing masks. Fire. New opportunities. You also burn things down for regeneration. Something hidden here around the money though. Affluence. Transmute with the snake. This says to convert one energy to another. It's getting that swapping. But it's a snake move. It has money and masks around the snake. With something that's changing. It's not a good change. With the key to the safe. The talisman, the portal opener, new doors are opening, new opportunities, new offers and opportunities coming your way, keys. Giving the keys to the devil. Let's pull the final oracle card, and then I will hopefully be seeing you guys tomorrow afternoon. Sailor's ruin. Temptation. The apple, the snake, the false promises. With the light draining from above, a mermaid descends into the shadowy depths of the sea. The faint silhouettes of sharks representing danger and a shipwreck can be glimpsed in the darkness. She holds a skull in her hand, most likely a sailor she has lured to his death with her beauty. Wow. We all relate to temptation in its many guises. If it is not physical beauty that seduces us beyond our limitations, then it can be wrapped up in many other attractive packages, such as food, alcohol, laziness, overspending, or a bad choice of partner. The sailor's ruin is in his lack of resistance. If you have drawn this card, you may have already succumbed to the temptation or may be on the brink of doing so. Sometimes the people and things we know are not good for us become the most attractive and persistent options. Sailor's Ruin reminds you that most desires, such as the odd treat or letting your hair down, can actually be beneficial in moderation. However, too much of a good thing can become detrimental. What is tempting you at this time, and what might be the cost of giving in to your urges? The cost of your temptation. I think that's that double-edged sword, and karma playing out is what Erika did to Charlie is what will happen to Erika. Obviously not in the same way, but she will face her tower, and I believe it will be publicly. But I do believe she was also sent into Charlie's life with very bad intentions. That is crazy. Well, there you have it for energy check-in for where Erika plans to take Turning Point. I mean, we will, I'm sure, revisit this and see what else comes out, if we can pinpoint it a little more. But it looks like an announcement of something that's going to negatively impact either the people that work there or Erika. But yeah, would love to know your guys' thoughts. Thank you for tuning in today. Remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, drop a comment letting me know about your tarot journey to win the Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck. Let me know if you guys are interested in joining us for Secret Santa, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.